So there are many of us who wonder why we're psychic mediums, remote viewers, oracles. A lot of people say that we chose our paths, and I believe that's a way, aligning with abundance. We're spiritual creatures. Some of us actually, stop and have dark nights of the souls and surrender. Every time I have a dark night of the soul, it's usually due to some sort of trauma, addiction, loss. It could even be loss of a job, loss of a child, loss of a husband, loss of a house. I mean, anything that changes and uproots our ego of who we are, that second guesses everything that we've actually ever learned, to become our divine feminine, to open up our heart chakras, to go into oneself, to figure out who we are, to figure out why we're here. It's when we get into the humanity stage and into affirmations, to get into why we're here on earth, the collective, and you put the ego behind us. And that's monetary, basically getting rid of the ego. Battle over the head versus heart. It's when you get your heart and your head combined together, and you literally put into your mind the perspective of the collective, and not just the collective of the mystic Mayans, the collective of the whole planet. When you can get into that God and Christ consciousness, it's not a God ego. A God ego would be someone who's trying to make a lot of money and keep the rest for himself. A shift really needs to be made across the whole planet to save the planet. Us medium, psychic, remote viewers, tarot card readers, mystic arts people, it's just one philosophy. Many of us were actually raised in some sort of spiritualization. Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Jehovah's Witnesses. The thing is, when you stop at only one religion, it's just one subject of philosophy. It's just one key to the world of awakening, to release and to rise and to come above. We're here for psychic mediumship and to connect the world in ways that's never been seen on this planet that we remember. A lot of us have what I call cosmic amnesia. We need to set loving boundaries and bring the collective up. And that's not just the United States, that's the whole world. When you look around and see, people who have plenty, but you see starving children, and if you're okay with that, I know I used to have a mindset that one person can't change crystal clear vision. I know a lot of us think that one person can't change the world. But if one person doesn't speak their mind about the world and how to change the collective, well, then there is no multidimensional healing. Multidimensional healing is also not only about here on this world. Take into consideration multi-universes. Take into consideration multi-socially, economical, even just on this planet. Take it upon every sickness, every illness, every addiction, every past life that might have entered our lives. The whole Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us our days, all that. Forgive us our trespasses, we forgive those trespasses. Give us, deliver us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. We go into temptation. That's because we're the ego. We take responsibility for what we have done. It's not, Father, I have sinned. We were put on this earth, Taurus. This is the world of learning why we're here, correcting karma, and helping other people see it. Now, the paranormal, the psychic abilities, the mystic arts is about to make a big flourish. But it's not to say that Christianity is worse over Judaism or Hinduism or Buddhist. It's actually a combination of bringing it all together. Because it actually is one philosophy, it's just interpretation. Interpretation of bringing everything together. Basically, open your heart and open your mind to everything that's out there. Many people want to come to the United States for one thing. We have open policies of religion, freedom of speech, and we are, the financial capital of the world. The thing is, the rest of the world sees us, unfortunately, as demonic, because we will sit there and complain about our cars and this and that. Meanwhile, children across the world can't be eating. You gotta think, not like a dictator king. You gotta be a king that worries about the world. A thinking that worries about their children who are starving and suffering and sickness and stuff like that. Not about the grand scheme of the pocket. Unfortunately, money has ruled our world. And trust me, do I want some money? Dude, I got 27 cents in my account. I'm expressing myself. Does it matter? I mean, of course it matters. Because we live in a world that if you don't pay your rent, you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. You live in the woods. I lived in the woods for 6 months. Was it hard? Yeah, it was hard. But maybe look at things that if you realize that in this world, what is your okay with your norm for yourself? Okay, you live in the woods for 6 months. You know, did you sit there and help me when I was homeless? Did you sit there and help me when I was hungry? Not you personally, but think about the whole ripple effect. Did you have somebody who was homeless? Did you have somebody who was hungry that you walked over? Did you not bring a friend in after they lost something because you didn't agree with their philosophies? Or maybe they were having addiction, you couldn't handle them and you weren't safe, and that's completely understandable. But that's why there's people out there who can help. Just pay their way to true love. You know, people probably sit there and say that my story is crazy. My family didn't help me. My family actually helped me more than I thought at the time. I had to keep grounded, and it took a lot of time to understand that the path that I went down after the loss of my husband and my major awakening that happened. Major awakenings happening sometimes actually manifests in some sort of paranormal or schizophrenic type of things. And because of our world not being awoken, we get medicated. Chosen One's Ascension. It's when you can take your addiction to your mental health issues and you can rise above and you can figure out who's hurting you, who's not hurting you. Most of the time, most people aren't trying to hurt you. But us awoken ones, we see things differently.